Hi friends, Assalamu alaikum. I'm Muhammad Ali, your friend. I think you are cool and dandy. Our school has been closed for a long time due to corona pandemic situation. Now we are happy because our school is open again. For your kind consideration, I wanna share with you a very important grammatical topic. Our today's topic is boys. Most of the students wants to know how to find out active or passive voice, but they don't know how to read or how to consider active action or passive action. So today I wanna share with you active or passive sides or active or passive actions. If we want to work from our own selves, or if we want to work from myself, then we may call it active actions or active voice. Sometimes we are doing some works by getting pressure from others who are sometimes on the sentence or sometimes out of the sentence, that we may call it passive action. Now we wanna write down some ideas or some rules. First of all, I wanna express you active action. Active action means subject, then verb, then object. But if you want to express our passive action, then object came to the first, subject one to the last, and then verb she. This is the main theme of passive actions. There are two gaps. The gaps expresses prepositions. Most of the students use here by as preposition, but we have to remember that not only by is appropriate for all time. We can use here, in, at, with, by, and etc. etc. This is the main problem to find out passive action. Here, if we want to share you auxiliaries, then we can write down here some different sentences. Now I want to express you or write you or show you here some signs how to find out tense on passive action. So look at a glance. Let's get started. Rule. First of all, object, then auxiliary or modal, plus be, that means be verb, then verb she plus preposition, and then subject. Present indefinite tense, we can write I do the work. I do the work. Here we can say it is a present indefinite tense or present action. Here do main verb, subject, verb, and object. That is active action. I do the work. That means I personally do the work. If we wanna express it in passive action, we can write the work, and then auxiliary am, is, are. So I select here is, and then verb she, do, done. Object, auxiliary is, and verb she, do, to done, and then preposition by. Finally, subject I for me. It's a present indefinite tense. If I want to express it from present continuous tense, then I can write down it. I am doing the work. Here we can write the work, object, come to the subject, the work, auxiliary is, and extra word being. we know that every continuous tense has continuous ing form. For passive, we have to mark or we have to write verb 3, but we can't forget or we can't forget ing. Then we have to write down ing with be. Then verb 3, done. And finally, preposition by for I, me. This is present continuous tense. We can say it's a very easy for our writing. If we wanna write or change present perfect tense, then I can write she has done the work. Here the work object come to the subject, the work, and then auxiliary has. For a kind consideration, I wanna say, if you find have, has, had, then verb 3 is a perfect tense. Any perfect tense we have to write been. This is an extra word, been. Then verb 3 done. And then preposition by. Finally, her for she for her. First indefinite tense, I knew him. I knew him, subject, verb to object, active action. If we wanna change it into passive action, then we have to write down him. From him, he, subject he, him changed with he. As it is a past tense, then we have to use auxiliary was. And then verb 3, know, knew, known verb 3. Then preposition to. Here we have a change. Here we use to, but there we used by. This is the change. So I for me. Okay? And this is the past indefinite tense. Now we wanna use. Now look at with past continuous tense. They were reading, writing a book. They were writing a book. Here a book is an object. A book come to the subject, a book. First a book, object to subject. They, subject to them. Where an auxiliary verb. Or changed with subject was. And then we have to use extra word being. Then writing for written. From main verb to object we have to join. Then we have to use a preposition by. This is a past continuous tense from active to passive. Now past perfect tense, you had completed a work. You completed a work. A work, object, changed with subject, a word. Then auxiliary verb had with been. And then verb 3 completed. And then preposition by. Finally, you to you. You is no changed. So it's a past perfect tense. Now we have to find out future action, then we have to write down future tense example. Example, future, you will help the poor. For future indefinite tense, I write down an example. You will help the poor. The poor modal will. Here I have written modal plus be. Here be will be, then verb 1, 2, verb 3 helped. We know no verb is changed after modal, so I have used be to change verb to verb 3. Then preposition by, and then finally subject to object you. It's a future indefinite example to active to passive change. Then future continuous tense. They will be making a house. It's a future continuous tense example. Now I will change the verb sentence. A house will modal, and then be, finally being for continuous form, and then verb 3 made to made, and then preposition by, they to them, finally we have to write future perfect tense. Reza will modal, and then have, Reza will have punished the thief. Reza will have punished the thief. Now we'll change the sentence from active to passive. Object the thief. By according to this rule, the thief object come to the subject. The thief will have been punished by subject Reza. We have to remember that every sentence changes according to this rule. It's a very simple idea, simple rule. We have to learn this rule simply. If we wanna perfect on voice change, we have to remember these rules for assertive sentences. If we wanna change our imperative sentences, then I wanna share you a rule. Is let plus object plus beb, then verb 3. Then preposition if the sentence has a subject, then we use be, finally verb 3, and then preposition and subject to object. Remember here no subject is changed for imperative sentences. If you wanna use or changes interrogative sentences, then we have to use who to, by whom, and whom to who, and other auxiliaries for making sentences, or on another WH marks. If we want to change such type of sentences from active to passive, we don't have to change them, but we have to remember every auxiliaries changes according to its subject, which are object from subject. And that's all today's topic.